Alright, this is another video in my cosplay series, I guess. Today we got Artorias of the Abyss. Probably my favorite boss from Dark Souls 1. You can get his sword from the Soul of Abyss Watchers, and you can get his armor from the Shrine Handmaiden in Dark Firelink after defeating the Abyss Watchers. The Wolf Knight Greatsword is the heaviest of the Greatswords in Dark Souls 3, as well as the Greatsword with one of the longest reaches, which is actually very noticeable in some fights, as you will see later. It also has a hidden 20% increase to damage against abyssal enemies, according to the wiki, some of which being Dark Wraiths, Deep Accursed, Herald Legion Knights, Pus of Manzas, Rotten Fleshs, and Iron Dragon Slayer. There are also bosses who are considered abyssal creatures, which would be Wolnir, Aldrich, DSA, and Midir. The stat requirements are 24 strength and 18 dex, which will be fairly easy to achieve before even leaving Firelink. With the facts out of the way, it is time to start. One thing I did notice right off the bat is that the charge heavy takes a really long time to do. After that realization, I bitch slapped Gundir's attacks and beat him into phase 2. I walked around him for maximum embarrassment and dealt the final combo. At Firelink, I tree skipped first try, furthering my aura farming. In the rafters of Firelink, I picked up a piece of my Sunny D bottle and a snack, which is very metal. I still need more power, so I walk outside to trick the almost naked guy off the ledge and... Wait, where'd he go? I guess he died. Before I continue on, most people click off at around the 10-minute mark. If you are enjoying this so far, trust me, it gets better. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also join the Discord if you want. It's currently at 0 members other than me. Anyway, back to the video. The only other easy souls I can get before High Wall of Rick is from Sonic on meth. I am able to wield my sword with 2 hands, and it isn't staggering very well, which is fine, but less than optimal. As this is a boss weapon, I can get my sword to +1 and then head to High Wall. I pick up my peepers for later and beat up a mimic, but no head, unfortunately. The damage on the old lady is okay, but I'm hoping for some more, so I'll be back later. I failed 3 times to get the stagger on Vort with the flip, but thankfully, I got it on the 4th. York will be thematically useful because of the hollowing. I think, I guess. I don't know. I've been running for a bit and I wanted to take a nap, but this guy didn't want me to, so... Did you see that? I realized this multiple times throughout the run, but my hypothesis is that, as you know, poise is made up in Dark Souls 3, and I think that is because this greatsword and Endure took all of it.
And his name is John C.
This guy came out of nowhere. I don't think I have ever seen him aggro to me while I'm just standing here. Flip. Flip again. That's so autistic. One thing I do on my way through here after killing the fireboy is pick up these alluring skulls and throw them here and here to keep aggro off me for an easy run through because I don't like dogs or these Mosgus wannabes. After grabbing the Chloranthy ring, I flip off Hodrick and decide it's time for Dancer. That was the wrong decision. I gave up and went to slap some balls for more souls. Then I died a few more times on purpose this time, because I remembered I could get some free levels from York.
Be safe.
I went back to Dancer, who bitch slapped me again. On the winning attempt, I actually staggered her twice because of my low damage. With the large amount of souls I acquired from Dancer, I got my endurance up to 15, my strength up to 27, and my dex up to 20. After making a statue bleed, somehow, I grabbed a few things from Dragon Barracks. I couldn't remember which chest had the scale in it, and it turned out to be the last one I opened, because of course it was. The Pussa Man is easy to cheese by just walking behind it, so I did that to safely get the scale from right beside him, because if you don't kill him, he will knock you off the sledge, and it hurts. I flipped off another mimic and died because Dark Souls. Here is where I pick up the first buff of the run, the red Tearstone ring. With the souls I had on hand from the Mimic and Pussa Man, I leveled up Faith because I forgot to do it earlier. The Faith is for 2 other buffs, one of which I get after flipping off this Mimic. Unfortunately, I can't quite use it yet. Now I can. Continuing on, this is where I found out that the 2-handed Charge Heavy is a beast. As you can tell, also poise. On my way out, this guy jumped to his death. Dumbass. You have wings and you died to fall damage? Come on. The Charge Heavy also works on these guys, which it feels kind of crazy. I almost feel like I'm playing Smash Bros. My next buff is actually really close, and all I have to do is convince this nerd to go to Firelink and kill him. Now that I have the Morian Blade, I am heavy load. Damn it. So I head to Farron Keep and kill this Asylum Demon and buy Havel's Ring. Next on my list of bosses to flip off was Osiris. The damage was fine, and I actually got damaged by the Pestilent Mist right at the beginning of the fight, but somehow I survived. I would say it was 1 HP in a dream, but I wasn't worried at all, and I got a stagger off right at the end for some heavy eye contact as I watched what was left of his soul leave his body. After finding my dealer's crystal stash, I got my weapon up to +4. Time for Gundyr. Hey! Alright, now time for Gundyr. You fucking bitch. Alright, Gundyr, I'm tired of this. Let's go. Now that I have the coiled sword fragment, I can trade it for a slab. With my sword +5, it is finally time to see what this can do to Crystal Sage. I love this game. On my way into the cathedral, I hit this guy and got grabbed at the same time. I got damaged, but didn't get the leeches. Very interesting and not very useful. Next, I grabbed Lloyd's sword ring and 2-shotted a mimic for the Deep Braille Divine Tome. Kirk invaded me, but he got parried, and then, well, poise. Oh, hello, Patches. Goodbye, Patches. I went back to Farron Keep and flipped off Hazel because she invaded me. Not very nice. Alright, let's see the damage on it. Holy crap! Holy crap! I even forgot about Deep Protection. It's fine. 2-shot each phase, 4 hits total. Catacombs is pretty boring, and there isn't anything of note, so Wolnir. I 1-shot 2 of his bracelets, and the last one I kept whiffing. Time for the showdown. Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa! Dumbass mimic. Hello, old Demon King. Goodbye, old Demon King. Also, I still forgot my Deep Protection. Also, I forgot about Hornet Ring. Now that I have Hornet Ring, it's time for Deep Protection. Wait, where are you going? I guess deacons. Okay, deacons are done. Now for deep protection. Yeah. Alright, that is all of my buffs. Hello, doggo. Goodbye, doggo. There was nothing in Irithyll of the Boreal Valley, so I ran all the way down to Yorm. I did get invaded, but yet again, poise. Shortcut. Now for Yorm, who took longer to stagger than I thought. Two staggers did the job. Peak artistry. Alright, now for short. Fucking dogs, man. I hate this game. Hello, Pontiff. Let's see if I can hit this sick parry. Easy game for babies. And Orlando. Now for Aldrich, who apparently takes 20% more damage from this sword. I think it's very clear that that statement is true. Also, apparently DSA is weak to this sword. I think that that is also true. I have no idea how that didn't hit me. That one was just lucky. Gotta love elevation difference and Dark Souls hitboxes. I think, unfortunately, at a certain point in the video, nothing interesting happens between bosses, so I don't know what to talk about. There's no more setup, so it only gets interesting again when I get to the DLCs. But that's... just give it a second. Well, actually, something funny happened, I guess. This guy. Lorien and Lothric were just an inconvenience, and they went down the same as any other run. Oh, also, before I forget, if you did make it this far, well, first of all, I don't believe you. But secondly, if you want, you can join the Discord for Discord reasons. And you can watch me on Twitch if I'm streaming, because I kind of want to try streaming some more, and I'm seeing how well Twitch works. Anyway, now that the base game is done, it is time to get sucked into the painting. I definitely didn't fall off the branches. Twice. Gravetender was just as much of a brat as usual, but his health bar kind of just went bye-bye, because the two-handed charge heavy knocks him on his ass. Dog got staggered, and that was it. This DLC is very short, and next is free. Wait, hold on. I'm missing someone. Hello, Wilhelm. Get parried, noob. And flattened. As I was walking up this path, the wolves killed me. Again. I don't like them. So on my way through again, I equipped a shield, and they weren't there anymore? Okay. After spinning a spinny thing that spins, I slapped Freed and then went into a boss fight. And wait, this isn't Freed. So after cheesing the gimmick boss, I went to Freed. Huh? Again, not Freed? The big chicken fell before me in a few short hits. This nameless king guy got staggered, and then he tried to do his long wind-up attack, which was tactically a bad decision on his part. Okay, now Freed. I didn't mean it. Wait. Ow. After delivering an evidently fatal amount of backshots to the sister, I head to the dreg heap. There isn't anything right at the beginning of the heap, so... Princes. I am very good at this fight, so... Wait, hold on. I just said I was good. You can't show me dying after I just said that. As I said, I'm good at this fight. So good, in fact, that I don't even know my own strength and killed the wrong demon first on accident while trying to lower its health a bit. I have never seen this phase 2 before, and I never want to see it again. Alright, demons down. Lemon peasy, easy squeezy. Next, I tossed Madeira down a hole and then went down to find him. And after a few slaps to the face, he goes down hitless and first try. I never really looked at this cave till now, and damn does it look dope. I don't normally go into RTSR for NPC fights because, well, they're NPC fights. But I decided to for Half-Light for whatever reason, and I don't know why I decided that on Half-Light, the worst NPC boss. On the winning attempt, I was so zoned out from listening to the giant bitch that I almost forgot to buff and wasn't able to get the backstab or deep protection. After hitting Half-Light enough, Ian number 2 wants to join, and rather than go backstab him like I usually do, I thought, why not just greed? And it worked. Get flattened, idiot. Apparently, Gale takes 20% more damage from this sword, according to the wiki, but just like with the Hollow Slayer Greatsword, I was hoping for better. After finally beating Gale, I placed the Lord of Cinder's Cinders of Lords on the Lord of Cinder's chairs made for the Lord of Cinder, which now hold the Lord of Cinder's Cinders of Lords. Yeah. Soul of Cinder got outplayed and decided that he should use his final form. He narrowly avoided death, but then at the end made the same mistake as Nameless King. Get flipped on, idiot. Alright, review time. Dope cosplay, dope weapon, insane range, crazy damage, wild aura forming, and hella range. Did I mention range multiple times? It was very evident in this run that this thing, it's insane. It probably rivals spears, in my opinion. The only downsides are that it is, well, the heaviest greatsword in the game, and it doesn't have better than C scaling, though it does make up for that by doing 20% more damage to bosses and some enemies, as well as having a C scaling in 2 stats, so you can put dex and strength to the soft cap of 40 for each damage. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the run. See you next time.
Ashen One, hearest thou my voice still?